Hello, it's Kevin Walker again with Twitter Traffic Training Part 2. As I said in Part 1, what I want to do this time is concentrate on Twitter Karma. It's a piece of software that will allow you to filter out all those people who you are following but aren't following you back. So let's have a look at Twitter Karma. First of all, you can go to this website and access the Karma software that will allow you to semi-automate a process which is a real pain to have to go through, but with Karma it will simplify the process a lot and make it semi-automatic for you. The first warning though is, if you can read this notice here, it says that there are some known issues with Twitter Karma in conjunction with Microsoft Internet Explorer. So the first thing we need to do is just find another browser such as Firefox and use that instead. Okay, so we go to this page on Twitter Karma at this address, and by now, if you've listened to my first part of the training video series, you will have gained your Twitter ID and password. If you've not listened to part 1 of this series, then you need to stop this video now and go to YouTube and listen to part 1, and then come back and proceed with part 2, which is this. If you've done all that, then you'll have your Twitter ID and password ready, and off we go. Okay, so enter your ID there and your password there and click on whack. And what that will do, if we move into the next page, is it will bring up everyone you are following and everyone who is following you as well. And you can see here the first row is fine because you can see the green arrow says that you follow them and the red arrow says that they follow you. So that's good. You're following them and they're following you back, which is what you want. If you look at this one though, it says you follow them and there's no red arrow to say that they follow you. So these two people here, I'm following them but they're not following me back, which isn't a good idea. What we want is a red and a green arrow. We want to be following someone who is following you, and you want to follow a person who follows you back. Okay, now what we can do, and what a lot of people do, is they jump in feet first at this stage. So here's another health warning. Don't do what I'm doing now, just working through the list and trying to find all the people with just the green arrow. They're the ones that you're following but they're not following you back. They're no good to your business and we want to eliminate those, but don't do what I'm doing now because it's a long-winded process, and if you jump in with both feet first and do what I'm doing now, you will have repetitive strain injury to your wrist, because you can see this is a really long list, and when we get to the bottom of the list after doing all that work ticking each individual person who you're following, there's another one, but they're not following you, it gets to be a real pain. And when you get to the bottom of the page, worn out and frustrated, there's a big shock because there's this series of buttons here. Now these should really be at the top of this web page. They should be right at the top, so you see them first and you don't go in clicking all these individuals who are not following you back. What you can do here, I'll just untick these so I can demonstrate. If we click check all, guess what? We get a tick in each and every box on the page. So all of those boxes are now ticked in one click instead of hundreds of clicks. You can see I've got 295 people who are not following me. That's 295 clicks, and that's 295 more steps towards getting a repetitive strain injury to your wrist. So don't do it. Scoot right down to the bottom of the page, click on check all. Now I'm going to uncheck all of those because I don't want to do anything with them just now, because I want to go back to the top of the page and show you the next little secret that's going to save you a lot of heartache and stress and frustration. In this drop down menu, if we click on it, you've got a number of options. At the moment we're looking at all my followers and friends and people I'm following, so I see absolutely everyone that I'm active with on Twitter. However, you can see that there are 295 people who are only following. That means I'm following them, but they're not following me. They're the people like this one and this one who have only got the green arrow and not the red arrow, which is what we want. We want the red and the green, should I say. We want both. Okay, so if I select only following, click on that, then Twitter Karma will filter out all the greens. So now we've got a collection of people who I'm following them, but they're not following me. And I've been following these people now for 2 or 3 days, just to give them a chance to follow me back, and obviously they've not decided to do so. So what value are they to my or your business? None whatsoever. They're dead wood. We don't need them, and we need to eliminate them. So if we go down, click check all again, just have a quick look and prove that all those boxes have been ticked. You don't need to do that, but I'm just showing you that so you know what's happened. It works every time, so you don't need to waste time scrolling up and down to check. But the next thing you do need to do is go to these buttons on the bottom, and we've got bulk follow and bulk unfollow. Now these people aren't following me, so I don't want to waste any more time trying to get them to follow me, so I click on bulk unfollow and they will be removed from my list of people I am following, and then we get a message to say your bulk operation has been submitted. So they've been removed. Click OK, and that's that. Now we've got one more thing to do. We click on that drop down menu again, and this time we click on only followers. These are the people who are following me. Now these good people, not many of them, but they're there, they count, we need them. They've decided for some reason, I don't know why, but they've decided to follow me, and I want to return that compliment. I want to follow them back. So this might be one operation that you do on a daily basis, because if they're doing what we're doing here, they might stop following you if they think you're not going to follow them back. So rather than leave this operation for 2 or 3 days, it's one operation that you might want to do on a daily basis, perhaps twice a day, but it's up to you. Okay, so it's the same procedure again. I can leave them all in view and we can see them all be ticked together. We just click on check all, then a little green arrow appears in every single box, and then we say bulk follow, and now we're following all those people. We've got more people that we're following, and that adds to the value of our Twitter account. And again we get a little notification to say that the operation's been completed successfully. Click OK, and that's it basically. So now you've unfollowed the people who are not following you, you're following the ones who were following you, but you'd not followed them up until now, but you're now following those people, and that will change our statistics back on Twitter. If we go into my